Hi again. Today we're going to talk about some percentages, or in this video we're going to talk about percentages and some applications of them, mainly the discounts if you find things on sale or marked up. And first of all, a percentage, so let's say like 7%. This word percent does mean parts of 100. So the cent does mean 100. The per almost means divided by. So when I think of 7%, think 7 divided by 100, which gives us at 0.07. So this is a percent in its decimal form. And this is the one that we use to calculate. So I like to think of the decimal form of a percent as the working form. One little thing we kind of want to know is if we want to find a percent of something, it is going to be the part that we're talking about, or the small piece that we're referring to, as compared to the whole. So our percent is going to be that part divided by the whole. And if you want to turn this into a ratio or a proportion, you can think of this percent in decimal form. So after you have converted it over 1 is going to be that part to the whole. So a lot of times, though, when we're working with percentage problems, it's hard to tell which is the part and which is the whole. So think of the whole as your starting value, what you start with, the big picture. It's the whole piece. Sometimes it has the word, I'm going to put the word of associated with it. The part is just going to be a piece of the whole. Might be your ending value. And if you want to think, if we have small problems, a lot of times the word is going to be associated with it. Okay. So to find, for example, let's say we want to know what is 12% of 38. Okay. Now I can tell that this is my percentage. The 38 is going to represent either one of these two pieces. Is it the part or the whole? The key to this is it will represent the whole because of this little word of kind of attached to it. And we're also looking for what is. So we're looking for the part. We're looking for that is piece. So we're going to set up our little proportion, our percent in its decimal form. So 12% in its decimal form, so divide by 100 is 0.12. So we'll have 0.12 over that 1. I'm going to put a P there for our part that we're looking for, and that 38. Now we will cross multiply like we did with our proportions, and we will get P times 1, which is simply P. And we're going to take that 0.12 and multiply it by 38. And I'm going to use the calculator to do that to save me some time. And I get 4.56. Okay. Let's do another one here. And let's do what percent of 40 is 10? Okay. So what percent of 40 is 10? So here's the of piece, so that 40 is my whole. The is 10, that's going to be that part. Okay, some books might refer to this whole as your base, mostly because it's the bottom number of that fraction. It's the base of that fraction. We're looking for what percent, so this is going to be that percent piece. I'm going to leave it as the percent symbol over my 1. My 10 over the 40. Or I can think of as percent, because percent over 1 is just percent, is that 10 over 40. And if you remember, that little fraction line also does mean to divide. So I can take that 10 divided by 40, and I get 0.25. So my percent in its decimal form is 0.25. To turn it back into the percentage, we would not divide by 100, but multiply by 100, and we'd get that 25%. Okay, let's do a word problem. So let's suppose we have a hammer. Sells for, and let's say nice $15, is on sale for 18% off, or a discount of 18%, or is on sale at 18% less the actual price. However they want to phrase this. We want to find what is the sale price. Okay, so in other words, we want to take this $15, which is where we're starting, which is our whole, and we want to calculate, first of all, how much are we going to take off? So we are going to take off 18% of it. Notice how I automatically say that word of. So that means that this is my base, that of the 15. So we need to know, first of all, what is 18% of 15. So here we have our 18% in its decimal form, 0.18. Our P over that 15. So again, cross multiplying, I'll be multiplying that 0.18 times the 15. So 0.18 times my 15, that gave me 2.7. Okay, if I'm trying to think about what this 2.7 represents, that is how much we are going to save. The amount saved. So to find my sale price, I'm going to start with that $15 and take off my 2, and I put the 0 in there so it makes sense, the 270. And if I do that subtraction using a calculator or doing it by hand, we'll get that our sale price is $12.30. Very similar problems are ones where we would do an increase. Let's say we wanted to tack on an 18% tax. We would start the same way, but instead of subtracting that 270, we would be adding that 270 tax on. So we would be adding instead of the subtracting. So make sure when you're doing these word problems to read them very carefully and to go through them very slowly. Also, use your calculators and watch, how you push the buttons so that we don't get errors that way either. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of an idea of some percentage problems. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to me. I can create more examples if you need them. Just let me know.